Jacques Gourmelon, head manager of Nucleus Pig Genetic Company. Annyeonghaseyo. Good afternoon to all Korean farmers, technicians, vet, who are today with us for the Derby seminar. I would like to present you one case report, and this case report is linked with a French farm. I have given the title, 3 Key Factors for the Success of Reproduction in Production Farms. What I would like to underline is the kind of result we can obtain with Nucleus Genetic if we do apply some specific rules. This is based on one experience. In that kind of experience, we will see some videos coming from a French production farm. The farm we have taken is named SARL Gautrel. It's located in Brittany, the west part of France, and it's owned by Mr. Glenn Simon. The farm has 4 employees, in which there is 1 trainee, plus the farm owner. The farm has the whole cycle of production, from birth to slaughterhouse, knowing that a part of the fattening is located in other areas. In total, 580 sows in 10 batches, with a weaning at 21 days. The genetic is the F1 large weight landrace from Nucleus, which is crossed with a Pietran boar. This kind of crossing, F1 by Pietran boar, is the more common in France. It represents more or less 85% of the French pig production. The farm has also the specificity that all its production is done without antibiotic till birth. It doesn't mean that there is no antibiotic in the farm, but all use of antibiotic are totally traceable, and it is secured with the minimum use. For this, the farmer has applied a large vaccination plan. We have to know that the location of the farm in Brittany, which is a place of high pig density, so it is very important to secure and give serenity to the farmer by a large vaccination plan. Further to the density, there is also the fact that the farmer has to respect very strict rules in terms of biosecurity. Included in all those rules are the changes of boots and clothes according to the farm areas, the washing and disinfection in each farm area of all those boots. So when we arrive to the farm, we can see this picture. Now, at the entrance of the farm, what I would like to explain to you now is further to what I have said concerning the biosecurity, is that the farm has a fence all around the building with one specific entrance, which is here, and the fence is done to secure the farm from the entrance of people, of wild boars, and to secure the whole farm aspect. And this is very important. Further to that fence, what is appreciated is that the farm has also a good environment, as we can see here. The 3 keys point. First one is all concerning the quarantine. The quarantine permits the entrance of the guilds in the farms, and the quarantine has two main goals. First, to protect the farm from the entrance of pathogens, and secondly, to make a period of survey for the guilds and adaptation of the animals to their environment. How can we manage it? How they manage it in the farm? They do one visit per day at the end of the day, after all work's done in the farm. They use separate quarantine building with a good environment in terms of luminosity, in terms of size of the pens, 8-9 guilds per pen, and also concerning the fact that this quarantine is washed and disinfected after each group. There is an annual planning of entrances, 10 entrances per year with 28 guilds each, and the guilds have adapted feed according to their weight of 120 kilograms around during the mid of the quarantine, and the feed is adapted either in quality and quantity. And the last point is it's necessary during this period to take care of the animals and maintain the homogeneity of the groups. So we would like to show you different aspects through little video. This first video is to show you that the entrance of the animals in the quarantine buildings doesn't permit the truck driver to enter in the farm. They have organized the entrance with a special gate which permit the entrance of animals without the entrance of the truck driver. This precaution is also in the biosecurity rules of the farm. Here we can see that the animals can enter and the truck driver cannot enter in the building. Second aspect of this quarantine is from the same corridor. We are here in the place in which the farmer can visit the quarantine. Before entering in the quarantine, he has to change all his clothes and boots. When he has done these changes with new clothes and boots, he can wash and disinfect his hands at the left side here. Done this, he will after be able to enter in the building. So let's have a look. So we are here in the corridor. He has washed and disinfected his hand. We have seen on the right side the entrance of the gate, on the left side the door. We are in a pen with 8-9 guilds. They have toys to play. They have eat in order to maintain the good temperature in the building, whatever the season. The second pen here with an older group of animals. And on the third pen, we can see the farmer, which is taking a look at each animals, which is taking also a time to be present with the animals in order to see if there are problems, but also to give them a good, a moment in which they do not see the farmer only as the one who is doing injection. Let's continue. I have mentioned the eating in the room. I have mentioned the clean water, and what we have seen at the end, the maximum and good contacts between human and animal, not only for vaccinations. This aspect will be pursued during the whole career of the guild, and, for example, at time they enter in the farrowing rooms. And this is very important also to permit the animals to express their potential. What do we want from the quarantine period, from 110 to 130 kilograms. We want a growing performances between 550 grams to 650 grams per day during that period. We want a back fat on site P2 at 16 millimeters at insemination time. And we generally want a good homogeneity of the animals and a first insemination at 140 kilograms live weight. Let's have a look at the second aspect. How can we maintain this good homogeneity of the animals during the whole preparation of the herd? We think that the measure of the back fat is a good indicator of the homogeneity of the herd. The aim is to have a measure, and the use of this measure are the best indicator of the good homogeneity of the herd. How do we measure on the site P2? We will see just after through a little video. When should we do that measure? In quarantine, first time. Second time, before entering in farrowing room, at the end of the lactation, and 1 month after artificial insemination. On which animals? The gilts and the sows. The method to do the measure always with the same person in order to maintain the good homogeneity of the measure and to measure always at the same point. So let's have a look through a little video of that aspect. So at the time of the measure, the farmer identify where is the last drip. After identifying this point, he will take the column and take 5 centimeters after the column. He will use gel and its Renko with digital lecture. Let's have a look. So identification of the point, first aspect, put some gels here, and after he put the sound and have easily the digital lecture. Okay, that's quite easy to do and quite easy after to mention on the back of the animals in order to make homogeneous group of animals with the same back fat measures. So first animals 12, second 14. Those are done at just after the end of the lactation. Let's have a look what this measure can't permit. Here we have animals which are ready for the insemination. They have been, the sows, the piglets have been weaned. The sows have entered in the heat period. The first insemination have been done the same day we take this video, and let's have a look to what is the homogeneity of the gilts and sows at this moment. So you have information on the back of the sows according to the first heat detection with some code, but what is important to see here is that whatever the carrier of those sows, you have sows which are very homogeneous at the insemination time, which is the moment we have taken the video here. Okay, they are not unique, but the homogeneity is quite good. Again, what we have shown before, the measure of back fat is the best way to have this good homogeneity and what we have seen before. So concerning the aims of this measure, what we think is that we can have a loss of 3 millimeters of back fat for 21 days of lactation, or 4 millimeters for 28 days. 90% of the gills sows should be around the aim, which are mentioned after in the table, at plus or minus 2 millimeters. It is the homogeneity which is the most important and largely more important than the average of all the measures. So, for the example of the gilt, entrance in the farrowing room for the first farrowing, 18 to 19 millimeters, exit of the farrowing room, 13 to 14 millimeters, 1 month after artificial insemination, 15 to 16 millimeters. And you have the same declination for the sows. Again, what we want is not to have the average of all animals measured with this level. It's more important to have homogeneous herd. And in consequence is to adapt the feeding of the animals according to the back fat situation. And it means that we need to constitute some group of animals at different periods of the gestation to obtain this same corporal status. Let's have a look. Here we will have a video in which we will show you some sows which are 1 month after insemination. So the sows 1 month after insemination are moving from the different rooms. They quit the heat period and the insemination room to go to the gestation room 1 month after. And what is very important to see here is that the sows have yet recuperated. So they are in very good condition, and you will see sows of 4, 5, 5 parity. So you can also have a look at the teats on the animals, 16 teats, and we will come back to that just after. But you have what we want in nucleus: long, homogeneous sows, high sows in terms of phenotype. And that's for us very important. And for sure, very good on their feet. Third point is the farrowing room. How can we maximize the productivity of the sows during the farrowing period? First aspect you have to know, and which will come back to the initial point, is that we want to maximize the contact of humans and animals. And this is part of the result in the farrowing room, comes from this quality of the contact. To have that aspect in the farm visit, they locate the sows, the gilts, at different places of the farrowing rooms. For example, the gilt were put on the back of the rooms after the sows in second, third, and fourth parity, which have the maximum prolificity, in the center of the room, and the sows of fifth, sixth parity at the entrance of the room. And this is done at each time, which is very important, permitting to the employee to have always the same eyes on the animals. The watering of the gilts and sows before and after farrowing, which is also very important. The milk is constituted by 95% water. The temperature in the farrowing room, ideally 22 degrees centigrade, which means cooling and brumization according to the season, and especially in summer period. The fact that we need 2 heating lamps per pen during the first 4 days, 1 day before, 3 days after, to receive the piglets to make the piglets arrive in a good environment, in terms of temperature, and also to take them dry as soon as possible, to avoid those piglets to consume too much energy in maintaining their temperature. Another aspect is the intake of the colostrum during the first 24 hours. It is always a key point. No adoption before the fact that the piglets have taken the colostrum from their biological mother. Last point is to foster per litter rank and per weight to make piglets adopted in the same litter rank and to make homogeneous litters after those fostering. Let's have a look. So here, what I want to show you is we are in the corridor between the two farrowing rooms, because we are in the farms which have two farrowing rooms, each one of 54 crates. And what is important to show you here is the very good organization. Each material has its good place. So there is no time lost by the employees to search for one syringe or one other material. All is organized and well organized. Let's have a look. So in this moment, you have the fridge for the vaccine. You have some organization with all material at its right place. And that's very important to have a good organization in the farm. So after the corridor, let's enter in the room. So when we enter in the room 54 crate, we need good organization. You have here the farm owner with one technician. So a corridor distributing different lateral corridors in order to permit a good visit of this place. We have, on the days of the visit, only one sow which has given its piglets, and you can see the two eating lambs and some of the piglets coming to take milk. If we continue to get milk, what we need is good teats. And here you have some little video with a sow presenting 16 teats, and that's very important to the good milking period of the piglets. If we continue on another litter, you have the piglets here, 16 piglets born, taking their milk. Some of the piglets were born only 1 hour before, so they were not very active. But generally speaking, you can see that the piglets do the maximum to get their milk and are very active, permitting the good beginning of the lactation period. And that's very important. All those criteria we have mentioned are synthesized in one table. This is a picture of the table at the farm with the main criteria which are at the view of every employee, every visitor, permitting to know what is the exact situation of the farm at the moment of the visit. And that's very important. If the farmer is ready and has this kind of table, we have a photo of the situation of the farm at every moment. If we go deeper, some results on the reproduction aspect, as I have mentioned, number of liters per batch, 54 liters, rate of fecundancy, 93%. Total born per liter, 17.5 piglets. Born alive per liter, 16.7 piglets. Percentage of loss till weaning, 11.7. Piglets weaned per liter, 14.7. Those results in terms of reproduction are possible with the nucleus genetic due to the high prolificity, due to the good and homogeneous litters at birth, due to the work on the milking abilities of the sows. So again, good prolificity. Second point, numerous and homogeneous litters at birth. And third point, the good milking capacity of the sows. If we go on the production aspect, you have some overview. The mean weight at 21 days, 5.4 kilograms per piglets. The percentage of loss in post-weaning, 2%. The mean weight at the end of the post-weaning, 32.4 kilograms. The percentage of loss in fattening, under 1.5%. The live weight to slaughterhouse, 118 kilograms. In a farm without antibiotics, we are here at less than 3.5% of loss after weaning. So nucleus genetic is also able to provide, by the work done on different technical criteria, to provide a high production due to the quality of this genetic work. I would like to thank you for your attention. We have wanted during this presentation to give you the case of one farm, SARL Gautrel. This farm is working well with employees which are involved in all the work, but it's also not exceptional. It's good farms, well organized, and a farm which is using the potential of nucleus genetic. Thank you for your attention. I am ready for your question after. So thank you. Have a good day and enjoy the Derby seminar. Thank you. Bye-bye.